Hi everybody and welcome to the XYZ of Betting. I'm Kevin Ferguson and Ollie Keohane. Welcome Ollie. Shakes is celebrating his wins. I think he picked 6 out of 10 last week, so he still is a bit above us and not joining us today, but we wish him well. Ollie, let's chat about the upcoming week and the first game on the radar is Man United versus Man City.
Yeah.
Mouth-watering affair for anybody that really likes football.
Not for Ole.
Yeah. It's funny because last week they were all talking. I think the loser of the Tottenham Man United game may well have been being sent his marching orders, and indeed
Nuno was. Yeah.
He was never a fit for that club.
Yeah, I think you could sort of see, they came out the blocks in beating Man City, and then after that you could sort of see there was just like, this guy's he's not gonna do awfully with you, but it's just not a fit, Well,
Kane started playing.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a big problem. It's going to be interesting to see though what Antonio Conte does with Harry Kane, because he does have a history of getting not only the best out of the teams that he sort of flips around, but the best out of the strikers. You look at what he did with Lukaku as well.
It's an interesting dynamic as a coach to accept a job where you're being told that you're not trading a guy that doesn't want a captain that doesn't want to play for you.
Yeah,
it creates a disharmony and imbalance straight away.
Well,
and that's going to be the biggest thing for me, is how Conte deals with that.
I think there's also probably an element of respect among top players and top managers, though, and that's not to detract from Nuno, but there's the potential that there may be more of a willingness for Harry Kane to play under a manager like Conte. You saw how well he played under. Granted, he didn't want to leave last year, but he played well under Jose Mourinho. You could see there's a lot of respect for him, for Mourinho, even when he got sacked, sort of tweeting like, thank you for the experience, coach, and that sort of stuff. So. I think Spurs fans would hope that Conte's got the ability to get the best out of him.
Yeah. So it was really a bit of a poison chalice, wasn't it, for Nuno?
Yeah.
When you look at, even he was probably thinking that Kane was going to go. So building his team was difficult. I feel sorry for the guy.
No, me too. And the Mourinho's exit was a strange one too. It's like he was sacked just before the final of the League Cup.
Yeah, well,
Spurs somewhere in between.
Style or leadership has a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
Let's get straight into it. Man City versus Man United.
Yeah, is there something to be said of derby games when we chatted 2 weeks ago, Man United, Liverpool, and we're like, Liverpool are the clear informed side, but there's something to be said of derby games, and then you and me were both at Fireman's when Liverpool put 5 goals past them. So. In United's case this year, is there something to be said of derby games, or do you go with the fact that Man City, aside from their stumble against Crystal Palace, are, have by far shown to be the better team this Premier League season?
Well, derby games are derby games, with the risk of sounding rhetorical and cliched. Yeah, does it get bigger? Maybe Everton. Does it get bigger than Man United, Man City? In terms of local teams playing?
Yeah, it's only in recent years, obviously, which is but it's not. You got Manchester there, the beginning of both names, and it's 2 top 4 teams for the last last decade.
Well, ironically enough, Man United have won 3 of the last 5 games, drawn 1, and it's one of the teams that Solskjaer probably has a decent record against.
He does, and the strange thing is though, is United played when they were impressive against Spurs, 3-0. They played 3 at the back. They had Cavani up front with Ronaldo.
What did they play? A 3-4?
Yeah, 1-2. Yeah. So I can't remember if they had a CDM.
Or was it a 3-4-2-1?
3-4-2.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No. They had Cavani and Ronaldo up front, and then they had sort of like 5 in the midfield, sort of stretching to wings, and then 3 at the back. But can you afford to do that against a team like City, where their attacking midfielders, all have the potential to score goals, to sort of get in behind. They're missing Ferran Torres, I think, but given the quality of City's squad, I don't know if that's even a huge concern for them. You had Sterling, Jesus, Foden all scoring against Club Brugge in like a 4-1 win. on Tuesday. So they're just like, can you risk playing like three at the back? Worked for them. Seems to be the first formation that's worked for them this season in the Premier League. But can you afford to play three at the back against a team with the attacking prowess that Man City has?
Yeah. No, the other thing that's glaring obvious is you're touching on here is the depth in the squad. This is another game after a Champions League encounter, and Man City will be the better team coming out of that. Coming out of that midweek game, for my money.
Ronaldo was just clutch again for Ollie and his job, as all the memes say. But sort of goal on half-time, goal on 90 minutes,
Yeah. Who are you picking?
I've got to pick City. I think United have had a good record against City, but United have not had a good record at Old Trafford in the last 2 years. City have been a very good side again, just quietly kind of going about their business. I don't think you can take much from last weekend. They got a red card after going 1-0 down, and it's just that kind of game is going to happen to any side over the season. Maybe not Chelsea this season, but to any other side, I think United will score because it's a derby game and because they do have incredible attacking powers.
Here's an interesting stat. In the last 5 encounters with these teams, both teams have failed to score in 5 of them. Meaning that it's either been 1-0 result, 2-0 results, a 1-0 and I think a 3-0. So.
Look, I just don't. Varane is out for United this weekend. A big blow for them. And with the potential that they do play three at the back again, I think United's defense hasn't done enough to warrant that. They
I have no doubt that
won't concede. So
City will score. I'm just wondering if Man United are going to score. But it's you can get the both teams score no option for 2.2 right now. Which when you look at history and stuff like that. Not a bad bet. I like the 1.7 on offer for Man City.
Okay.
I think that I think they'll beat them by 2 goals or more in this game.
So you're saying a 2-0?
Yeah, I say saying 3-1 or 3-0.
I'm gonna go 2-1 to City.
We know. Okay. Well, super. Who's up next, Jim?
Southampton, Aston Villa. What a game. For me, it's a pretty simple, neither team scoring a lot of goals, neither team being particularly good. I think it's just going to be a scrappy 1-1 draw.
Yeah, they're both bottom table mediocrity. Is Ward-Prowse back?
Let me check. I don't think there was an
update.
Okay, wait. We've got. Yeah, it looks like Ward-Prowse is back, which is big for Southampton, but I don't know. I don't see it being a high-scoring.
Well, look, Villa's confidence is everything in football, as it is in everything in life. We've lost 4 in a row. Southampton's had the benefit of playing the Burnley, Leeds, and whoever else, Watford, and getting 2 victories out of 3 there. I don't know. Who do you pick? Who are you picking? You say 1-1.
Picking neither of them, yeah.
You're absconding. That game's on Sunday, huh?
No, Saturday.
Or is it Friday? Oh, you updated this fucking piece. When is the game?
It's the 5th. So yeah, Friday. Sorry, that game's tomorrow.
Okay, so Southampton, Aston Villa, you're picking a draw. Games at Southampton, I think with the confidence that Aston Villa lack right now, I just think Southampton edge this one, 1-0.
Okay, I mean you can get these. Yeah, you get 100% back on your cash there if you do believe enough to bet. I won't be. Brentford, Norwich. Disappointed in Brentford last weekend.
Last
2 games, but as Shakes pointed out to us so astutely, they have a long-term injury to their first-choice goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Obviously, a huge difference if your first-choice goalkeeper's out. But do you think that Brentford have sort of come out the blocks firing as these teams tend to when they're
Throw 'em all their
promoted.
punches.
And then sort of look, we're 11 weeks in. The demands of a Premier League season, are not nearly the same. Do you think Brentford may be running out of steam?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's. I fancy them to beat Norwich. That I know. Though saying that, Leeds were incredibly lucky to get the result last week. I mean, Norwich, for me, were the better team in the first half and held their own in the second. So.
Well, Leeds have been disappointing, not to offend you, but
no, they've
they
been
have.
shocking, And I think that, if it wasn't for Newcastle and the transfer windows being shut, Leeds better build and get as many points they can before Christmas, and then the transfer window, because Newcastle will be making a go at getting out of that relegation zone.
Yeah.
And the relegation, you've got from 12th. Brentford down to 17. You've only got 2 points difference, So Burnley, surprise win last week. Burnley and Brentford. I was very surprised with that. But it's a tough league.
Indeed, it is. So what's your call? I mean, I'm still gonna back Brentford just based on the fact that they're playing Norwich. I'm gonna go for 2-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 as well. Norwich are. I'm sick of all these great, wonderful adjectives about them being brave and this and that. They're just they shouldn't be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They're destined for back down, and I'm sure that they're building for that. And protecting themselves from a financial point of view and everything else around that.
For sure.
So
yeah, you don't want to find yourself in a case where you've sort of like bought players to try and stay up at 18, that's 16th, and then you're relegated and you've got these huge debts that you're sitting with, which has happened to clubs in the past,
For sure.
This game, I mean, Chelsea, the next one, like, not a Chelsea fan by any means, but they really are, lovely to watch this season. They were very huge turn of fate last weekend. I was on Saturday, standing outside on the balcony, I heard my mate shout inside, went in, Liverpool up 1-0, Liverpool up 2-0, and then one of my best friends who's a Chelsea fan was sitting there. They hit about 60 minutes and they were 0-0 to Newcastle, and then Liverpool scored again 3-0, went outside, came back in, goal was disallowed, it was 2-1, and Chelsea were 2-0 up, and the next minute it was 2-2 to Liverpool, Brighton, and Chelsea had pumped Newcastle 3-0.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. As I was getting the results from the Crystal Palace Man City game, and then looking at the 0-0 with Chelsea Newcastle, Liverpool grasped defeat out of the jaws of victory in that game.
Yeah,
they were very.
that's a great way to put it.
They were very unlucky in terms of the disallowed goals, but that's becoming more common in the Premier League. So what should have been a comfortable win for Liverpool, and they always say, I don't know why, but they always say 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in the Premier League.
And that makes sense to me, because a 2-0 lead, it often comes, and it has been the case with Liverpool across leagues actually, in the first 15, 20 minutes of a game. And if you're a team that goes down 2-0 but you have 70 minutes left to play, that forces you to play for the next 70 minutes, and you can often see a sort of 2-2 comeback, a 3-2 comeback. It's if you sort of score and then you get your 2-0 in the 60th minute, that it's a bit tougher for teams
there was a goal from Brighton that was disallowed as well, wasn't it?
From Mane off his.
No, but there was a goal. Liverpool did play Brighton.
They played Brighton, yeah.
There was a Brighton goal. It was a third goal for them. I think there was 3 or 4 goals disallowed in that game.
Really? I didn't watch the.
You were probably celebrating an easy victory. And then,
I was outside and I came in and it was 2-2.
Well, it is the Premier League. I mean, the only thing with Chelsea is Lukaku, Mount, and Werner are out this weekend again, but that didn't seem to stop them with Newcastle. And at home, they just looked like the quality side.
I think they just, we've said it before, but it's just. They're playing with the sort of machine-like energy where they've got a very good squad where every player just does his job. I think Chelsea have had 21 different goal scorers this Premier League season. Reece James, their right back, is their highest goal scorer with 4 goals. So, you could argue on the negative side that says something about Lukaku and Werner, but you could also argue that it says something of the quality of that side, in that every single player there that gets the ball and is in a scoring opportunity scores, And And that maybe gives them confidence that even though Mount, Werner and Lukaku are out, they've got the quality to still score goals and to work goals.
Well, they don't concede goals, which is
Yeah.
When you don't concede goals, you're always with a chance to win. And when you score 26 goals, 3 against, that's 2.6 per game and 0.33 against.
Yeah.
You know, so they're always going to be in with a shout. And I said at the beginning of the year that I felt that they were the team to beat in the Premier League, and you know, looking good so far.
Yeah, I think. Look, I mean, 3-0 to Chelsea for me.
Yeah, who can disagree? 3-0 as well. Yeah.